Hey, this is Brian Kurtz, and I want to thank you for watching the Short Sale Show, the show where we talk about exactly how you can go ahead, use the short sale process to avoid foreclosure, save your credit, and bring little to no money to closing. Today we're going to be talking about deed in lieu of foreclosure. What is a deed in lieu of foreclosure? How does it affect you? Can you go ahead and get one? And exactly what does that all mean? So let's go ahead and kick this off. Deed in lieu of foreclosure is really nothing more than you signing a quitclaim deed to your bank and quit claiming the house back to them. Instead of making them go through the entire foreclosure process, you really just give the house back to them, hand them the keys, and walk away. Now, things we need to be thinking about in deed in lieu of foreclosure is that this is no guarantee that your bank is going to go ahead and approve one of these and let you just roll with it. Reason being is they want you to try often to actually try to sell the house yourself. They don't really want to go ahead and take the house back and have to deal with vacant homeowners insurance, deal with maintaining the property themselves, going ahead and hiring their realtor. They're hoping that you will go ahead and at least do that yourself, make an attempt to do that yourself. They don't really like people that are like, well, I don't want anybody to know that I've got to sell my house and move. I don't want anybody to know. Well, they don't really like that. They want you to make some type of effort to go ahead and liquidate the home often. So very often, if they're going to say, yeah, we'll go ahead and consider a deed in lieu on this particular property because of your particular hardship situation, they're going to want you to try to market the property for 90 days and provide proof of that anyways. Okay? So it's not like always you can just go ahead and say, here's the title, give me the paperwork, I'll go ahead and sign it over, here's the keys, let's roll. It doesn't usually work that way. Second thing you need to be thinking about is the fact that sometimes deed in lieu is not an option. Almost 100% of the time, if you have two liens, two mortgages on your home, there's going to be no deed in lieu on your particular situation. That will not be an option to you. Here's the reason why. Let's say you have a first mortgage with Countrywide and a second mortgage with Wells Fargo. So you got a first with Countrywide, second with Wells Fargo, and they are all behind. Both the first and the second are behind, and you have to go ahead and apply for a deed in lieu. Well, Countrywide, who holds the first mortgage, is not going to say yes. Here's the reason why. If you give the house back to Countrywide, now they become the owner of the property. They become responsible for any junior liens, which happen to be Wells Fargo. If they foreclose on the property, any junior liens are wiped out. And the junior liens have no recourse. They cannot try to collect any money from the first mortgage holder. So if there are junior liens, either second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, or anything similar to that, most likely the bank is not going to assume a quitclaim deed because they do not want to be giving any money to the second mortgage holder. This is sometimes different if you have a first mortgage and a second mortgage with the same bank. So if you have a first mortgage with Chase, you have a second mortgage with Chase, both mortgages are with the same company, sometimes they'll go ahead and arrange that. Sometimes they won't. Very often, the first mortgage divisions and the second mortgage divisions in these companies are so far apart and the companies are so big that they might as well be different banks. They don't talk to each other very well. They don't consider themselves to be on the same page. They don't report to the same bosses. They don't have the same goals and numbers that they have to perform to. They're completely separate banks. First mortgage division of Chase, second mortgage divisions of Chase may be so far apart it's just the same as if you had a first loan with Bank of America and a second loan with EMC. So the fact of the matter is sometimes you can go ahead and arrange for a deed in lieu where you give the house back to the bank. If you have two mortgages, if they're both with the same bank, sometimes not. Second thing you need to be considering, deed in lieu of foreclosure is still going to have an effect on your credit report. We're going to have a little special session on that in the future when we go over effects of short sales, deeds in lieu, foreclosures on your credit. So we can't really dedicate the time to go into it right here because it really requires an absolute full episode just for that. But rest assured, if you go the deed in lieu route, you give the property back to the bank, there are going to be some credit impacts. They are far less than if you go through a full-blown foreclosure, let me tell you that. But you are going to have credit impacts if you choose to arrange for a deed in lieu foreclosure. So deed in lieu, very simple process, very simple option. The one thing you need to be considering, depending on whether your loan is a recourse loan or a non-recourse loan, even if you give the property back to the bank through a deed in lieu, when they sell the home and they take a loss, it may be that they can go ahead and pursue you for any deficiency amount, just like in a foreclosure. You might want to talk to your realtor in your particular state. If you're not watching this in Michigan, if you're watching in Michigan, feel free to give me a call or hit the contact me button and we can go over that. But if you just plan on it, if the bank takes a loss when they do a deed in lieu and sell the home, there is a possibility there, very slight but still there, that you will have to be responsible for any deficiency amount that they get tagged with. So that's pretty much it. Wrapping up for deed in lieu of foreclosures. Hope that opens some doors to the fuzziness that tends to be out there around this particular subject. Thanks for watching the Short Sale Show. Again, if you think that you have something to contribute, questions, comments, feel free to go ahead and leave those in the comment section below. And if you use any of those new social media bookmarking sites, Delicious, StumbleUpon, Dig, there's little chiclet buttons below. Feel free to go ahead and click that, write a little blurb about it, let the world know what you thought about this particular episode. If you feel it was helpful to you, it might be helpful to other people out there, and those sites get the word out. I really appreciate it. So once again, this is a Short Sale Show. I'm Brian Kurtz. We'll see you next time.